You say yes when you want to say no. You apologize for things that aren't your fault. You sacrifice your own needs to make others happy, then feel resentful when nobody notices. You bend over backwards for people who wouldn't bend a finger for you. You think you're being kind, but deep down you're exhausted, angry, and invisible. I'm Bear, and today I'm going to explain how good people become people pleasers and why this supposedly selfless behavior actually hurts everyone involved. People pleasing often starts with genuine goodness. You care about others. You want to help. You don't like seeing people upset or disappointed. These are beautiful qualities. But somewhere along the way, caring for others becomes more important than caring for yourself. Your worth becomes tied to other people's happiness, and their approval becomes your emotional lifeline. The tragedy is that people-pleasing masquerades as virtue. Society rewards it, calling you selfless, thoughtful, or such a giver. But people-pleasing isn't actually about giving. It's about getting. You're giving to get approval, acceptance, or love. That's not generosity. It's a transaction disguised as kindness. Most people-pleasers were trained early. Maybe you grew up in a house where love felt conditional. You learned that being good, helpful, or agreeable earned affection, while having needs or opinions created tension. Maybe you had an emotionally volatile parent whose moods you tried to manage by being perfect. Children are natural people pleasers because their survival depends on adult approval. But some children get stuck in this mode because their caregivers were inconsistent, overwhelmed, or emotionally unavailable. You learned that the safest way to exist was to make everyone else comfortable, even at your own expense. Beneath people-pleasing lies a deep fear of rejection, abandonment, or conflict. If I say no, they'll think I'm selfish. If I disagree, they'll get angry. If I have needs, I'll be too much. These fears drive you to preemptively surrender your authentic self to avoid potential disapproval. But here's the painful irony. By trying so hard to be liked, you often become invisible. People take your agreeableness for granted. They see you as reliable, but not remarkable, helpful, but not interesting. You avoid rejection by becoming forgettable. People-pleasing creates a vicious cycle. You say yes to everything, then feel overwhelmed and resentful. But you can't express that resentment because it conflicts with your good person image. So you stuff it down and say yes to more things, building more resentment. You start keeping score of all the things you've done for others, feeling bitter when they don't reciprocate. But they can't reciprocate because they never asked for your help in the first place. You volunteered for a job nobody offered, then got angry about the working conditions. People pleasers often don't understand where they end and others begin. You feel responsible for other people's emotions while neglecting your own. If someone is upset, you immediately think about what you did wrong or what you can do to fix it. Their problems become your emergencies. This boundary confusion makes you a magnet for takers, manipulators, and people who need to be rescued. They can sense that you'll prioritize their needs over yours. Healthy people often find people pleasers exhausting because the relationship becomes one-sided. When you're constantly adapting to please others, you lose touch with who you actually are. Your opinions become whatever won't cause conflict. Your preferences become whatever makes others happy. Your identity becomes a collection of other people's expectations, rather than your own authentic self. This creates an existential crisis. Who am I when I'm not trying to please someone? What do I actually want? After years of people-pleasing, these become genuinely difficult questions to answer. People-pleasing backfires in predictable ways. First, you attract users and repel genuine people. Healthy individuals want reciprocal relationships, not one-way service arrangements. Second, you build relationships based on performance rather than connection. People like what you do for them, not who you are. Third, you teach others to disrespect your boundaries. When you consistently prioritize everyone else, people learn that you're always available and your needs don't matter. Fourth, You become resentful and exhausted, which makes you less pleasant to be around. Recovery from people-pleasing starts with recognizing that saying no is not selfish. It's self-care. Your needs matter as much as anyone else's. Your time and energy are finite resources that deserve protection. Start small. Practice saying no to low-stakes requests. Notice the discomfort without rushing to fix it. The anxiety you feel when disappointing someone is not evidence that you're doing something wrong. It's evidence that you're breaking an old pattern. Learn to set boundaries without extensive justification. "I can't help you move this weekend" doesn't require a dissertation about why. Over-explaining signals that you don't believe you have the right to say no, which invites negotiation and pressure. Practice expressing your needs and preferences. Start with easy things like where to eat or what movie to watch. Build up your authenticity muscles in low-risk situations. People-pleasing isn't about being good, it's about being safe. You've learned to manage other people's emotions because managing your own felt too dangerous. But you can't control how others feel, and you shouldn't have to sacrifice your authenticity to try. Good people can set boundaries. Kind people can say no. Loving people can prioritize their own needs. These qualities make you better at genuinely caring for others because you're operating from abundance rather than depletion. You don't need to earn love by erasing yourself. The right people will. Appreciate your authentic self, boundaries included. And the wrong people, their disapproval is valuable information about who deserves space in your life.